actions on. What if a lone attacker strikes? What if someone tries to ram the convoy? What if the convoy is ambushed? This is one way our SAS team might react if they were ambushed. It hasn't happened yet on this mission, but if it did, they must be ready. To provide an effective actions-on plan, a close protection team must have the ability to think like an attacker. If the bad guys are to strike at a convoy, then they will invariably try to determine a place and a time when the target will be most vulnerable. The majority of attacks will occur at choke points where the cavalcade is forced to stop or slow down. Elite close protection teams will try and avoid these areas or ensure that the route is totally secure in advance of the convoy passing through. But there are other situations that the team must be alert to. Close cover on a blind bend could provide ideal camouflage for a gunman. Roadworks are seen every day on our streets, but what may seem like a regular worker could be a cover for attackers preparing to strike. BG teams must be aware of any form of camouflage, whether it be urban or rural. A jogger on a small country lane may be in training for something deadly. In situations where the principal is in any way vulnerable, then everyone must be perceived as hostile. In all high-level close protection scenarios, the VIP and close protection team may choose to travel in an armoured car. The armour-plated limousine of Sri Lankan President Kumaratunga saved her life. Just as the president paused to talk to a reporter, a female suicide bomber detonated a lethal explosion. Fortunately, her car shielded her from the full force of the blast. But remember, most cars provide little or no defense against an armed attack. A bullet will cut through the body of a car like a knife through butter.
This is an armoured Range Rover, which has had over 160 rounds of various calibers of ammunition fired at it.
Armouring a car involves providing a protective shield resistant to bullets all around the vehicle. The bodywork is reinforced with numerous layers of steel.
The weak point of any car is the joints. These are double lined to prevent bullet splash, which enters through one side, but the inner layer of armour prevents the splash of the bullet from penetrating into the cab of the vehicle.
Every glass panel is in fact multi-layered armour.
This glass is 38mm thick. The windscreen alone weighs more than 100 kilograms.
The steel on the body is also strengthened with layers of Kevlar, a lightweight but extremely strong material that is resistant to gunshots. The same material is used on armoured vests. The chassis is further strengthened to provide protection from booby traps and mines. Run-flat tyres, if shot out, will allow you to drive the car for at least 50 miles.
You may wonder why everyone doesn't have one of these. Pure and simple, this costs £165,000.
Besides their expense, armoured vehicles are extremely heavy, which severely restricts their performance. Even though the VIP is afforded a higher degree of protection because of armouring, there is still no reason for the team to be complacent.
Momentum of the convoy must be maintained at all times, and that is the responsibility of the lead vehicle. He must be constantly observing in front of him, looking for any problems on the road.
When driving in convoy, the team adopt a series of defensive driving drills to minimise the chance of any attack. They achieve this by adopting a series of blocking techniques throughout the route. Choke points like T-junctions, roundabouts and traffic lights are spots where the technique is employed to keep the convoy intact. This means preventing any other vehicle getting between them. It's the role of the backing vehicles to initiate such manoeuvres.
Charlie 1 from Charlie 2. Remember this next
Junction, you're going to have to block any traffic coming down, allow myself and Charlie 3 as a crew and then pick up it. We'll go ahead.
When the team have to turn right, the car at the front blocks oncoming traffic, allowing Charlie 2 and 3 to pass.
3 clear.
1 back.
Charlie 1 then returns to the convoy at the rear,
Charlie 3 take point.
whilst Charlie 3 moves to the front of the convoy. Each driver is highly trained to recognise danger. Here, it's two things: oncoming traffic that might split the convoy, and the possibility of the car in front of Charlie 3 braking and forcing the convoy to stop. So, Charlie 3 blocks oncoming traffic, whilst Charlie 1 immediately goes ahead of the principal car to protect the front,
And one in the front of it.
whilst Charlie 3 quickly gets back into position behind Charlie 2. Here the convoy needs to overtake, so Charlie 3 initiates the manoeuvre first, pulling out and blocking any oncoming traffic.
1 and 2, move out, you're clear.
Charlie 1 and 2 then pull out and overtake the slow-moving lorry.
Pull across the road, let us pass Charlie 3.
Charlie 3 blocking.
Okay, Roger, copy that.
2 move now, move. 3 mobile.
Well, red 3 on the right, too much red 2 over.
Here, the team are approaching a choke point near a petrol station.
Charlie 1, you keep over to your right.
Charlie 3 come up on the inside, over. Roger.
Charlie 3 comes up alongside the principal car and blocks oncoming traffic, offering protection from the petrol station.
Blocking, move.
This allows 1 and 2 to move. Charlie 3 returns to the rear of the convoy, but all the team keep a watchful eye on the petrol station.
The last thing we want is for the convoy to become stationary, because that puts the VIP at risk. Anyone can walk up to the side of the vehicle, put a limpet mine onto the side, bang, VIP's dead.
In Afghanistan, the president's bodyguards didn't see a choke point developing. President Karzai became surrounded by a crowd where an assassin lurked. Fortunately, he survived.
If I was teaching a BG course, I would use this as an example of what not to do. Let's start from the top. The windows of the VIP's cars open, allowing anyone to walk up to that car, drop a hand grenade through the window, bang, no VIP. Too easy access. Second thing, the convoy is too close together. They're not allowing any manoeuvrability between the vehicles. They can see in front of them there's a big gate with a wall blocking the whole road, so it's a natural choke point. That should have been taken into account by the lead vehicle. The bodyguard team should have debussed. They should have been out them vehicles with their weapons drawn, walking either side of the VIP's car, protecting them. They're offering no protection at the moment whatsoever. When the assassin starts firing, it takes them a good 30 seconds to react. If that guy was a half-decent shot, the VIP would be dead now. If they were outside the vehicle, walking alongside, as soon as he fired his first couple of shots,